Hey traders, in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about what are the foundational techniques that's so important for you to apply to your trading to help you get much better results in your trading. Let's get straight into it. Hey you, don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because trading is difficult, right? There's so many areas you need to know to become a good trader. Trading systems, mindset, the foundations, chart reading. There's so many areas you need to know to become a really good trader. So this video here is to become educational only, and there is no guarantees of making any money on any single given one trade. So be smart about the way that you're trading and protect yourself. Also, grab a 100% free brand new 12-hour trading course, foundations, chart reading, trading systems, and so much more, mindset. Link in the description. Go click it right now. I'm giving away 100% free access. Link in the description right now. Alrighty, traders, let's get straight into it right now. One thing I want to share with you in this video, obviously I'm not going to do a market update today, but I want to share something that's really foundational. I wish I really understood this. I wish I knew this when I first started trading. And not only I knew this, but I wish I actually applied this to my trading, because my trading would have been so much more better long term if I just applied this to my trading. Now, what I'm talking about is one of the foundational importance to a long-term successful trader. Now, let me just bring up any chart here. You're obviously looking at a lot of this is just one of the screens that I have here that I keep an eye on. Very long-term bullish on this GDX, by the way, guys. Just an FYI for you. But let me actually share with you what I'm talking about here. Right? So the very first thing that I'm talking about here is this. The very first thing is that you need to have one of the most important things to a successful trader long term. And the thing that I need to keep bringing home is first, very first thing you need to have is a trading system, right? Now, what is that trading system? That trading system could be anything, right? Now, I'll give you a few different, one of basically my main trading system is simply trading with the trend, waiting for a period of sideways movement, and then a nice breakout bar with good volume. Now, I'm not going to walk through in absolute detail with that, but you know, whatever your trading system is, a trading system simply means this. Simply means, what is the chart setup you're looking for? What is the entry bar you're looking for? So on the trading system, you need to have your chart setup, and then you need to have what your entry bar looks like. This needs to be exact same every single time, that meets the rules every single time, right? So you need to have this. This is what a trading system is. So the chart setup and the entry bar. That's the very first thing you need to have there. Now, secondly, firstly, once you have that, it could be anything, right? One successful trading system that I have that doesn't come along that quite often per year is what I call my #1 candlestick reversal pattern. When the market drops down quite a fair bit, this actually happened at the start of the year, and then suddenly the market drops down, comes back up and closes here and opens here. It's like a hammer reversal pattern, big increase in volume behind it. Like, again, like what I'm trying to teach you guys, I'm not trying to teach you trading system in this video, right? But I'm just trying to see, like, your trading system could be anything. Now, firstly, that one trading system, you must know how to identify what does a good trading setup look like within those trading rules. What is exactly that you're looking for? The chart setup and the entry bar. And every single time that trading system's there, you need to be able to learn how to identify, right, what that trading setup looks like. And overall, what is your average win-loss ratio? See, I would say that if you start to have that trading system and your chart set up and your entry bar, and you start to do your back testing and research, and you say, okay, this now has a 70% win-loss ratio. Fantastic. We can work with that. Makes sense? We can work with that. But you just need to know, on average, what is your win-loss ratio. And now, one of the things here to building confidence with this system, and it's one of the foundational techniques for you to help you moving forward, is what? You need to do what? You need to back test. That simply means spending 1 to 2, 3, 4 weeks, if you have to, going over the charts and taking screenshots after screenshots after screenshots. Like, let me share this with you here, right? Let me just do this here. Let me bring up one of my folders here, right? So I'm just going to bring up this one here, right? This is a folder here I have. And on this folder here, if I bring this up through here, as you can see, this folder is all of what? Screenshots of different trades that I've taken, right? So if I bring up this one here, let me bring up this is obviously Apple. Let me see if I can minimize this for a minute. So this one here, right? What am I looking for? Small bars, breakaway bar. This was a trade here that happened recently, or a while ago, right? small bar, breakaway bar. And look at all these screenshots of trades that I've either taken or I've missed, but it met the rules, so I still wanted to take a screenshot, right? So all these screenshots, like how many do you have a folder of all the different screenshots? These are basically all bullish setups here. Now, I also have what? I also have a folder of bearish setups here, and I'm actually adding more to this one here. Let me click on this one here. All right, so here is another bearish setup, and here's another bearish setup. And here's another bearish setup. And here's another bearish setup. This one here was a fantastic trade. Don't remember that one. ESV, right? Here's another bearish setup. And here's another bearish setup. Another bearish setup. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and just another bearish setup. So as you can see, right, for me, every single one of these trades meet the exact rules. What are my rules? My rules are what? A few small candles sideways followed by a breakdown candle. That is the chart setup I'm looking for. Makes sense? So, but what I'm saying here is that I have folder after folder after folder of what? Of all those different screenshots, and I continue to add more and more and more and more and more and more screenshots to that to continue to build my portfolio of different trades I've taken and backtesting and research. Why? Because it's building my confidence even more. Exactly what am I looking for within that trading, my trading system? It's very, very, very important to build your confidence and for you to have a picture in your mind of exactly what you are looking for. That's so critical. Now, once you've done that, very first thing, once you've actually done that, and now you've done, you know, you have your trading system and so on and so forth. This is the next step here is this. The next step here is this, is that the thing is that what we tend to do, right? We tend to okay, so the very first thing is, I'm trying to break this down here. The very first thing is that you've got that trading system down packed, okay? Now, your job as a trader is to only take that setup when it confirms, no less, no later, nothing else, just that. Makes sense? So there's no FOMOing, there's no getting into anything else, there's no getting into something because you think it's a good idea, or you're not getting into something because someone said something's going to definitely happen in someone on YouTube. None of that. None of that, right? If the trading setup that you've done your back testing on, you've done your back testing and your research on, and you know that's going to give you an average win-loss ratio of say 70%. And you're now starting to believe in it, right? Because you've taken screenshots. You now identify what a good setup looks like. Your job now is to only take that setup on the chart, and I don't care if you have to wait 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 weeks, 2 months. You do not take a trade until that trade setup appears on your chart. Remember, it's the chart setup and the entry bar off that setup. What is exactly that you're looking for? Now, after that, the second thing here is that you must understand that you never know which trade is going to be a win, which trade is going to be a loss. Now, based on that, what I've done in the past, and one of the biggest mistakes, is putting too much of my account on any given one trade. And this has only caused me to go backwards because I'm trying to force it and rush it to make more money, and then I end up just blowing myself out of the water. And I've done this so many times, it's not funny. Now, what I mean by that is having small risk on your account. And now what I call this is that trade in an amount where the wins are not exciting you and the losses are not hurting you. The wins are not exciting you and the losses are not hurting you. So for example, if I'm trading, say, for me, I like to trade options. So just say I'm trading around 5% of my account. I know roughly with that 5% trade, I'm now roughly risking around anywhere between 30 to 50%. Right? So I'm risking on average around 2.5% on my account, 30 to 50%. And then on average, I can generate a say a 50 to 150%. That's the range there on my options when I'm trading. Makes sense? Now the thing is that you need to stick to good good money management rules. So the very first thing is you need to take the trades every single time, right? There's no taking anything else. Doesn't matter what you think, what you hope, what you fear, nothing. You only take that setup. No sooner, no later. If you miss a trade, don't chase it. Second thing is have good risk management. Trade an amount where the wins are not exciting you and the losses are not hurting you. Because the fact of the matter is you never know which trade is gonna work out. And that actually leads me down to point 3. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you're taking every single trade. 2, you're making sure you're having small risk on every single account. And 3 is your job is to not think about the setups. Now you have your system. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you have 20 trades. Guess what? Your job is to take these trades no matter what you think, hope, or fear. If it meets the rules, then you take it. Right? Because what we do, right, we have all the rules, we have all the system, we have all the testing, and now what we do is we get into the markets, and what happens is now we start to pick and choose, right? And what is that doing? That's now screwing with the odds. Remember, we have a win-loss ratio. We can never know up front, and this is the biggest thing that stops traders from moving forward. And one of the reasons why is because I actually have too much money on their account, too much money per trade. You can never know upfront. Let me change colors here, right? You can never know upfront which trade is going to be the winner and which trade is going to be the loser. Makes sense? So this very first trade here could be a win. You don't know. The next trade could be a win. This next trade could be a loss, and then there could be a loss, and then guess what? There could be another loss, right? You could have 2 or 3 losses in a row. You just never know. But how a successful trader approaches the markets is he said, no, I'm going to keep taking these trades no matter what, and I'm going to keep sticking with good risk management, and I'm going to keep taking these trades, right? The next one's a win, and then a win, and then a win, and then a win. But how many of you have taken a few wins, then actually had 2 or 3 losses in a row, stopped trading it to see the next 3 or 4 trades be profitable? Then guess what? You hop on the next one, and then that's a loser, and that's a loser. You're like, oh my goodness, I just hopped on these losers, and now it's even knocked you down, confidence down even more. Is it the trading system that's not working, or are you not working the trading system? You're not working the trading system, right? This is the reason why it's not the market that gets you, it's you that gets you, because you're not being consistent enough, and every single time you see the setup, you need to hop onto it, no matter what you think, hope, or fear. Win, loss, loss, win, 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 loss, win. Get me? And the thing is that you never know up front any single given one trade. You could never know upfront any given one trade what the outcome's going to be. No matter what no matter how good you are, you can never outsmart the market. And I guarantee you, Murphy's Law, if you start to pick and choose trades, the ones you don't take because you think it's not going to run off a profit, actually do run off a profit, and the ones you do take, you're actually now losing trades. So here are the 3 main things you need to focus on when you are trading the markets. If you start to apply these 3 rules that I've talked about here and start to understand these 3 fundamental rules. Number 1, having a chart set up and an entry that you take that every single time, that chart set up an entry bar every single time. It's not, guys, a trading system is not, well, you're getting into this trade here because you think it's a good idea, and you're getting into this trade here because it's a good idea, and this trade here is a good idea. No. See these 20 trades here? They must look almost identical to each other. Almost identical to each other. Let me share with you what I mean here. Right? So let me just bring up. All right? So this one here. What do I mean by almost identical with each other? What am I looking for? I'm looking for what? I'm looking for a period of what? A few small bars followed by a breakaway bar with good volume. Do we have that? Yes. Let's move on here. What do we have here? Small bars followed by breakaway bar, good volume. Do we have that? Yes. Let's move on here. What's this one here? Sideways, small bars, close to my moving average, breakaway bar, increase in volume. Sideways, small bars, sideways, increase in volume. Sideways, all these small little bars, big increase in volume, and breakaway bar. Sideways, small candles, breakaway candle, increase in volume. Sideways, see all these small little candles, a breakaway bar, increase in volume, close to my 52. 52 is pointing up as well too. Pull back here, small candles, big up bar with an increase in volume. Sideways, small candle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the exact same thing again and again and again and again and again. And my job, and this, I promise you guys, my job as a trader is once I see that setup, is to take it no matter what I think, hope, or fear. Because no matter, I cannot. The only way that people stop, and the only reason why in period of time in the past when I haven't been successful in markets is because I've been trying to, when I'm trying to be better, trying to be smarter than the market. You can never be smarter than the markets. And if you want to truly be long-term successful in the markets, then what you need to do is you need to start applying this. One, have a chart set up, an entry bar. As you saw, right? You saw exactly my setup. Very, very simple, right? But it works. You don't need a complicated system. Secondly, have a small risk. Have a small risk on your account on any single given one trade, where the wins are not exciting you and the losses are not hurting you. What's that going to do? That's going to cause you to have the emotional balance. So your job is to take the trade no matter what you think, hope, or fear. And the third one is that you can never predict upfront what trade is going to do. So stop trying to be right with the market and trying to put all your money on one trade. Just do your job as a trader, have small risk, take every single trade that you see that meets your rules, not because you think it's a good idea, think it's a trade, but no, you know it's a good setup and meets all your rules, as you just saw my rules there, right? Now, I have a couple of other rules, like I look at the weekly chart as well too, but I'm not going to get into the full details of my trading system and so much more. Please, guys, this is the top three foundational trading success techniques that you can start to apply to your trading. If you're not trading well right now, I guarantee you're doing one of these things. And when I do in periods of time, even to this day, when I'm not trading well, guess what? I'm picking and choosing the setups. I'm not getting in because I think something's not going to work out. I'm trying to be right with the market. You know what? My job as a trader is, once the trading setup's there, my job is not to think. Stop thinking. Just take the trade. Have good risk management, because guess what? Every time I do that, majority of the trades that I don't think are going to run on. I'll give you a real example here. Just recently there was two setups, right? Let's have setup A and setup B. Now that was just setup 1 and setup 2 basically. All right, so let's do this here. Right, so setup 1 and setup 2. Setup 1 and setup 2. Now, setup 1 was an amazing setup, right? It was just incredible. I thought this thing's going to take off. This one's going to take off. This thing's going to just go to the moon. This happened 2 weeks ago, right? This is one trading setup. Then this second setup happened. I formed on my charts the exact same day, right? So there's two trades that my system said take. Guess what? Number one trading system, which was an amazing trading system. I thought this thing's going to take off. Oh, it's amazing, right? Everything said yes for me to that trade. And then number two setup was like, oh, I'm not too quite sure. It doesn't look as good and all this sort of stuff, right? Anyway, what did I do? I took both of these trades. Guess what ended up happening? Can you guess what happened? This number one trade, I got out with a 30% loss. This one here, I got out with an 80% profit. You know what I mean there, right? An 80% profit. Can you see what I mean here? Is that what I thought was going to be the winner. Now, if I was trying to pick and choose, guess what? I would have just picked this one here. I would have just picked that one there, and it would have been a losing trade. And this one over here would have ran on for nice profit. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't take that one and ran on for profit. I did take this one, right? That's me picking and choosing. No. Once you've done all the work that I talked about in this video, then start to move forward. Please, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you like about this video. And please share this video out with some people that you know that may be struggling with the trading. This is going to help you with some of what I call the foundational stuff, the foundational techniques. And this is, and with my actual private coaching and with my private traders, I talk a lot about this when it comes to the trading system, right? The trading system is the easy part. What is not the easy part is you sticking to the plan 100% every single time, not taking other trades because you think it's a good idea and so on and so forth, right? Not having good risk management and trying to be right with the market. If you start to apply these foundational techniques, and this is, once again, this is a big thing. This is a big thing that that I really bring home with my private clients, right? Because you can see this is the foundational stuff that's so important that makes a successful trader. It's not the trading system that you have to worry about. It's this stuff here. Please give this a like. Let me know what you thought about this, and please share this out with some people that you can really know that are struggling with trading, and hopefully they'll be able to see with this video what are the foundational techniques that goes into a long-term successful trader.